Welcome to Lift History. My name is Rob, and I'd like to welcome you to the Christmas special. That's right, this episode focuses on the holiday season gift giving guide from the most unorthodox of guides. I guess that's why I call myself the unorthodox guide to gift giving for the gym goer, because normally I focus on the old stuff that's not really around too much anymore. But I'm pretty sure the things I'm going to mention on this episode have not been mentioned by other sources. So that's the reason why you should tune in for the next short period of time, 15, 20 minutes, as I go through these holiday gifts, no matter what holiday you celebrate this time of year, that might be a little off the beaten path, or at least that I love and haven't been mentioned. The other reason why I feel strongly about these is that I actually use them. So, will I make a little commission on some of them? Yes. If you use the links in the description, I will make a commission on some of them. But kind of like I said in the video where I explained affiliate links and things like that, I only use what I like, and I only have affiliates for companies that I like. So you can rest assured that it will help the channel to use the links in the description, but I'm not just trying to hustle you. So let's get started here. Right out of the gate, the reason why this episode is a couple weeks after the last episode is that I've been working on vintage gains. This is a collaboration that I did with Microgains. This is your do-it-yourself weight plate calibration kit. For $40 and change, you're going to get yourself a pair of half pounders as well as two pair of quarter pounders, vintage gains, laser cut steel, right here in the United States. That's what you get. And then you weigh your weights. After you dry your tears at seeing how inaccurate your weights are, you then use vintage gains to calibrate them. And voila, for about $40, you have yourself some calibrated plates. So save some money for the ones you love and gift them some vintage gains. You can get them at Microgains, and they are really a great stocking stuffer. I think anyone who enjoys their gym and likes to lift iron weights, likes that clanging and banging style of those iron weights, is going to enjoy these. Plus, it's kind of fun. It's like an activity, you know. If you gift these to someone, then they kind of have that as something to do, weigh their weights. It's a fun thing, because if I've learned one thing from owning a home gym, it's that I enjoy being in my gym. Even if I'm not training, I like, tinkering around and just kind of being in here. Now, moving on. My last episode of Lift History was with Mr. Plate Snacks himself, Mr. Mark. So I'm reaching behind me here. If you're watching a video, there we go. If you're not watching a video, I am awkwardly hoisting a generic trap bar into my lap to show on the video. And the reason I'm doing that is that this generic trap bar has beautiful custom vintage weights PGH end caps. And for only $14, you can get some custom end caps to put on any barbell that utilizes them. For example, shout out to Home Gym Discord and the American Barbell Chewy bar that they helped develop. I've seen a lot of people with the Chewy bar with a really awesome looking like Chewy end cap, custom end cap. That's pretty cool. Another example that I've seen is Carp. I'm pretty sure my man Coach Carp has some custom end caps. So head on out there to Plate Snacks, and for $14, this would be a really cool gift to give to someone. And let's say you know someone who has a home gym, really enjoys working out and training, and they don't have a logo. It's not like they have like something there. Well, this is a cool opportunity to just customize it any way you want. Like, for example, the bar that's behind me, that Rogue Ohio Power Bar, that was a gift years ago from my mother. And I kind of thought about doing some kind of, end cap, custom end cap for it that has like a dedication to my mom, a little shout out to my mom there, so that whenever I use that barbell, I'm thinking about her. So you can do whatever you want with these end caps. The other thing is, while you're on the custom page, they have custom vinyl stickers you can get made. So if you do have a logo, these stickers are high quality. It's the same material that he uses to make the vinyl weight plate decals. You can get a custom gym banner like the one that's behind me if you're watching the video. You also, I don't have any of these yet, so my little preamble there, I guess, isn't true when it comes to the next thing, because I didn't even know they existed until recently, but I want to order some. You can get, for a regular barbell, stickers that go on the inside of the sleeve, on the inner portion of the collar, I guess I should say. That's pretty cool. Like, it'd be neat to have like something there on one of my barbells. So head over there, check out the custom tab, and you can do a lot of cool stuff, like, and all in about a $12 to $30 range. So really affordable stuff too, that make great stocking stuffers and just like a thoughtful gift since it's customized. Now, let me put this trap bar down. By the way, if you didn't listen to one of the more recent home gym history episodes with Solid Bar Fitness, the history of the trap bars on there, so check that out. Now, the next one up would be Canon PowerWorks standard grippers. Now, I know not everyone's into these. Some people, may have never even tried them. Maybe you just tried like the cheap plastic ones that I had in high school. Now's the time to try, because if there's one thing that's been true about barbells, it's that knurling has become more refined, more aggressive. And I don't even just want to say more aggressive, but just better. I mean, there's even knurling that's grippier, and that's what these are. These are an updated version of grippers that still have a little dedication to the classics. So Warren Tedding was the pioneer of grippers, and here's a vintage Warren Tedding gripper. And if you look closely, it has these roll pins that attach the spring to the handles. So I think it's pretty cool. Canon PowerWorks, they did that with their standard grippers, at least this iteration of them. These are made in the United States. I should mention Plate Snacks is made in the United States as well. Small company. Canon PowerWorks is well known for rating grippers, which is a nice way, because you might see grippers of different brands that say like 100 pounds, or this is a #1, this is a whatever, a Hulk special. So this is a nice way to kind of across the board know what are you squeezing here. So really wonderful knurl, made in the United States, a cool kind of vintage homage, and just an overall great product. And guess what? You can get a rated one, so one that's already rated, for $33. If you've never used grippers, I'd suggest somewhere in like the 60 to 80 rating. Start there, try that out. This one's a 61, and I mean, I'm not like a gripper phenom, but I can pretty easily close it. So check out Canon PowerWorks grippers. Awesome stocking stuffer for someone that likes to train. Really good gift, and it's going to benefit a small company here in the United States. Another company here in the United States, in the great state of Illinois, would be AbMat. So I recently had Dylan from AbMat, as well as Eric Eccles, the developer of this product, Saxon grips, and Christina Lazo, the developer of the Zercher pad. And this is kind of a 2-for-1 suggestion. If you didn't listen to that episode, go out there and listen to it. I'm not going to go into the history of both of these. I'll just say there is a historical connection, which I think it's cool. And if you follow me and you listen to my stuff, you probably also think that's cool. So this would have that kind of panache, if you will. And the Saxon grips, even if you're not into grip training, kind of like I said about the grippers, it's just fun. I mean, you can take this and kind of like a fat grip, only it is square, rectangular. You put it onto a dumbbell, you put them onto a barbell. It comes in a 2-pack for $65. I also have a code vintage, that'll save you 10%. So that'll knock down the price a little. And I should mention too, Plate Snacks, I have a code vintage, will knock down that price 10%. So anyway, AbMat, That's the Saxon grips. Shout out to Eric Eccles. Man, I don't know why I'm giving so many shout outs, but I am. And then Zercher pad. Oh man, prominently. It says right there, made in USA. This little Toblerone looking gift isn't so little, but put this under the tree or, gift this to a loved one that enjoys doing some squats or maybe doesn't enjoy doing squats. And then they can do Zercher squats in the crook of their elbow. There's some really good videos out there of people using these already. And I have a couple little videos, but needless to say, this is the same price as a pair of Saxon grips. It's $65. And I think it's a really cool way to mix up the way that you work out. And one thing I guess I will say from home gym history is that the inventor of it, Christina, she made a great point. She said, I don't know if I really would do Zercher squats all that often if it wasn't for this. And I'm paraphrasing, but something along those lines. And that has proven true. I put this on a barbell, and since I'm blessed to have more than one barbell, I just kind of leave it on one when this is in my training, and I never miss. I don't skip them. It's ready to rock. So go get a Zercher pad at AbMat. Link in description to help out the channel. Next up, this is one that I don't know if it's on anyone's list, but it has been on my list for the past, I guess about a year and a half now. I've been using this. It's a new age mouthpiece. Now, if you're laughing at this point and you're like, oh, great, freaking mouthpiece, just hear me out. This isn't going to be a full review. I'm just going to tell you the bare bones facts. I didn't even know that strength athletes used mouthpieces until Brian Shaw. I saw him using one when he was competing. And then, just as extraordinary as Brian Shaw, I saw Feats of Alex on Instagram wearing a mouthpiece and doing some cool feats of strength. So go check out Feats of Alex on Instagram. And I decided, you know what? I'll give it a shot. So I got one of these off Amazon. A New Age is the company. New Age. And this is an older one, a 5DS. And the current one is a 6DS. And the 6DS is $39 on Amazon currently. And I'll drop a link for that in the description as well. If you're not catching the trend here, head to the description, use the links. Happy holidays. So here's the deal. It's not a full mouthpiece, so you're able to breathe, I think personally, just as easily as you train. And for me, it's almost as if it's a dual kind of thing happening. It's equally protecting me from chipping and cracking my teeth as I hit like a top set and I'm really giving it everything I got, or I'm really grinding out a set. But the duality of it is that I'm also able to bite into it. So it's almost like I don't know. Since it's there, I'm able to really like grind out that last rep. So for $39, if you know someone that doesn't train with a mouthpiece, and you could do a lot worse than to give them a mouthpiece. So either for yourself or someone else, tuck this little guy, New Age mouthpiece, into a stocking. Last, but certainly not least, I'd be remiss if I did not have a book on the list. I think the holiday season is also just a season of good goals and setting those resolutions. And I know that many times over, I've made a resolution that I'm going to read more this coming year. And this book, the second edition of the Encyclopedia of Underground Strength and Conditioning. I know the title's a mouthful, but this book by Zach Evan-Esch just came out, I believe, about a month ago, and it is worth the money. I mean, first of all, look what you're getting. This is not one of those like, you pick it up off Amazon for like $30 and you get the book in and it's like, it looks like it's 10 pages long. This sucker, oh my gosh, it's a humongous book. You're talking about over 400 pages that you're getting. So it really is an encyclopedia. And the thing that I think is really cool about it is that there is some reading involved. So sort of like Josh Bryant books and sort of like Zach Evanesh's other books that I've mentioned, like he was on Lift History and I talked all about Iron Journeys, one of his newer books. This has, I don't know, probably the first 100 pages or so is just all really cool strength related kind of biographical content. Biographic. Sorry, this is the last item here. Content about his life. There you go. And stories. And he kind of drives toward this central theme of living the code. And I don't want to, do it any kind of injustice. So I'll just say that it's a cool theme. So pick up the book, because then after that, you've got like the encyclopedia, kind of like Arnold's classic encyclopedia of different things, but this isn't Arnold's encyclopedia for bodybuilding. This is underground strength and conditioning. So you've got stuff like pummeling drills and a buddy squat lift. You've got stuff like, oh, here, this is what you can do on monkey bars, and this is what you can do with a tire. And he's got like a whole complex of like sandbag movements and things. And he's got stuff to do with a keg. And I just saw someone right here. This is a great shot if I can find it. He's got a whole section here that's battle ropes and things, but then a section about pushing cars. So this is not your typical training guide. And I'm not saying that if you gift this to someone, that enjoys training, whether in a commercial gym or at home, they're suddenly going to jump all over all these methods. But in a book this big, most people are bound to find, those gems that really connect with their goals and connect with their style of training. And so far, after reading most of it over the past month or so, I certainly have found those gems. I've started incorporating certain things into my training that I've read in here. And I guess the last thing I'd say is that included in it is a 15-week training program. And it currently is on sale on Amazon for $32. Tell me where you can find a $32 15-week training program that describes all the exercises and has everything laid out for you. I mean, that by itself is pretty incredible. So for $32, this is a steal, a great gift. Plus, the proceeds go to a great guy, Zach Evanesh. And if you don't know much about him, he's the only guest to have appeared on both my podcasts, Home Gym History and Lift History. So you can listen to either or both of the episodes and learn more about him. He's a great coach, very unorthodox coach, to close out this episode the way I started it. Ladies and gents, using the links in the description will really help the channel. But if I had one wish this holiday season and New Year's, beyond just wishing all of you, health and happiness for you and all of your loved ones, it would be that you go out and you lift with integrity and you get yourself some vintage gains. All right. Hey, folks, I hope this wasn't too much of an infomercial. And, if you follow me on Instagram and if you subscribe to my YouTube, then you know that I do use these things, and you'll see me using them into the new year because a lot of them actually connect to each other. I can use a lot of things I mentioned with Zach's book and Zach's training methods. So I hope you enjoyed it. And whether you buy any of this stuff or not, then I hope it just kind of broadened your horizons a little bit with your training. I do sincerely wish you a happy holidays and a happy new year from Vintage Weights PGH. Thanks for listening.